A new ceasefire between Afghanistan and Pakistan is set to begin on Thursday as negotiators prepare to meet in Türkiye. The talks aim to prevent renewed hostilities after last month's deadly clashes along their shared border. Officials said the truce remained fragile, with deep mistrust still dividing both sides. Afghan and Pakistani negotiators are expected to resume ceasefire talks in Istanbul today, following mediation led by Türkiye and Qatar. The meeting is aimed at finalising the terms of the truce after weeks of heavy fighting. Türkiye said negotiators had agreed in principle to create a monitoring and verification mechanism to further prevent escalation, but key terms are still under discussion.
Pakistan would continue to remain engaged in the mediation process and hope for a positive outcome for the 6th November talks. Pakistan highly appreciates the constructive role of brotherly countries of Qatar and Türkiye. They have been making their best efforts for an amicable and peaceful resolution of the issue.
Relations between the two neighbours has become increasingly fragile, as both accuse the other of violating past peace agreements. Islamabad claimed Kabul was sheltering Türkiye Taliban Pakistan, or TTP, terrorists who carried out attacks inside Pakistan. This, an allegation the Taliban government has repeatedly denied.
Neither we have invaded anyone nor we will do it. We will defend our country, which is our right, and we will stand against any kind of invasions.
The latest round of violence began after explosions in Kabul on October the 9th. The Taliban government blamed Pakistan for airstrikes near its border and inside of Kabul, while Pakistan neither accepted nor denied the allegations. The clashes quickly escalated into heavy cross-border fighting in mid-October. Afghan officials said more than 70 people, including civilians, were killed in Afghanistan, while Pakistan's military said 23 soldiers had been killed and another 29 wounded in attacks. Both nations had reached a ceasefire deal in Doha on October the 19th, but the second round of talks in Istanbul, mediated by Türkiye and Qatar, collapsed after just 4 days without any substantial progress.
कल हमने फैसला किया कि 48 घंटे की जो वक्ती यानी इंटरम सीज फायर हम करेंगे। 48 घंटों में अगर वो जो हमारी जो बिल्कुल जायज़ शराइत हैं उसके ऊपर वो बातचीत करके मामलात को तय करना चाहते हैं तो हम उसके लिए तैयार हैं बिल्कुल। ये पैगाम उनको कल दे दिया गया। किस्मती से तमाम काविशों के बावजूद ये ना हुआ।
Well, following the collapse of peace efforts, Pakistan's Defence Minister Khawaja Asif issued a strong warning to the Taliban government. He said Islamabad would not need to use even a fraction of its arsenal to, quote, completely obliterate the Taliban regime and push them back to the caves. Asif's remark came soon after the failed 4-day dialogue in Istanbul further strained relations between the two sides. The ceasefire talks followed months of deteriorating ties between Islamabad and Kabul. Pakistan had long accused the Taliban of harbouring the TTP and turning a blind eye to cross-border attacks, while Afghanistan accused Pakistan of violating its sovereignty through repeated internal attacks. The border between the two nations has remained closed for weeks, causing heavy economic losses on both sides. Analysts said that renewed fighting exposed deep-rooted mistrust and competing regional interests. Before the Taliban's return to power in 2021, Pakistan had been one of its strongest backers. But today, Islamabad views the Taliban as a destabilising force along its western frontier. A movement it once helped empower, now seen as a growing security liability it can no longer control.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.